So now Sean Payton's name, he's going to get one of these jobs, right? I mean, we'd love to have him stay at Fox. He's been one of my favorite guests of all time, but the guy's super smart and super talented. So there's a story today, the Arizona Cardinals get permission to speak to Sean Payton. Yeah, pass. Houston Texans get permission to talk to Sean Payton. Hard pass. Russell Wilson and Broncos get permission to talk to Sean Payton. Probably a pass unless they offer him $28 million a year, and that's possible. Let me talk about this, though. When you're talented, Sean Payton's talented. Got a lot of options. And everybody thinks when you put down that yellow pad, pros, cons, you're looking for the pros. You're not really. There's a reason they have so many books out there called The 5 Successful Habits of Successful People, The 5 Great Traits, The 5 Great Formulas of Successful People. They've got all those books out there, right? Successful people. It's not just brain power. It's habits. It's formulas. There are formulas that make you successful. Sean's going to be successful. But what could derail him is crazy and drama. That's what smart people worry about. You can't overcome crazy. Crazy billionaire owner. Dramatic quarterback. So you look at these teams. Arizona, you got nothing but drama with Kyler Murray. The owner, he's fine. Michael Bidwell, he's fine. I think he's fine. Don't know who your GM is. But your star receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, is reportedly leaving. Is he tired of the drama? Kyler Murray is nonstop drama. Does the owner like the quarterback? There's drama. Out. Houston Texans. They just fired another coach after a year. The owner's crazy. Can't take that job. Yeah, you don't have a quarterback, but you could find one. Yeah, the GM's not your GM, but you could muscle your way to your own GM. But you got drama in Arizona, and you got crazy with the Houston Texans. Denver, you don't know what you have in the owners, and frankly, you don't know what you have with Russell Wilson. Right now in Denver, I'm not sure you have crazy or drama, but there are some things there I'm not sure you can solve. The GM now has no power. They've taken that away from him. The two jobs that seem so obvious to me, one, the New Orleans Saints. There's no drama and there's no crazy. He loves the owner. He loves the GM. He loves the roster. They just don't have a quarterback. Again, Garoppolo, Carr, Brady, draft him. It's not impossible to get a quarterback. It's hard. Ask the Denver Broncos post Elway. Ask the Dolphins post Marino. But it's not impossible. I mean, the Packers went from Favre to Aaron Rodgers. The Colts went from Peyton Manning to Luck. You can do it. They bounced around with a bunch of guys that aren't the guy. Just go find the guy, whoever it is. Pay him. I mean, good God, Pete Carroll got Geno Smith to have the highest completion rating in the NFL. They're in the playoffs. And the division, super weak with Brady leaving. Winnable division if you get the right quarterback. Hell, you could miss on the quarterback and still, Sean Payton smart enough, he'd get you in the playoffs. And the other one, to me, it's so obvious, is the Rams. The owner, aggressive. The GM, aggressive. If McVay leaves, Matt Stafford is Southern. Matt Stafford's a Texan. Drew Brees got Sean Payton got a house in Texas. Sean always feels like, to me, he loves L.A., and should be noted, he loves L.A. and would coach here, but he's got ties to the South and New Orleans and Texas. Stafford's a no BS guy, bottom line guy, family football guy, no BS. So when you go to a bookstore or you go to Amazon and you see these books, the 5 habits of successful people, the 5 traits of successful people, the 5 formulas of successful people. Sean Payton's got all that stuff. He can't overcome crazy. Houston out. He can't overcome drama. Arizona out. Those are out. I'm not sure Denver's got crazy or drama, but there's just question marks everywhere in the organization. There's not with the Rams, and there's really not with the Saints. You may have one issue to solve. Rams, get that O-line fixed. Saints, find a quarterback. Sean Payton's pretty good at finding quarterbacks. All right, so I don't really understand why, but many of you do not like Derek Carr. Well, there's a story today. The Raiders now have begun the process of taking calls and looking at the board to trade Derek Carr. So Derek Carr has a no-trade clause. He will get like Russell Wilson had in Seattle, he gets a no vote. I'm not going there. So people are speculating that the Jets are a very, very good fit, but they fired their offensive coordinator yesterday. I did not think that was a great move. I think another team in that division is literally a perfect place for Derek Carr, and that is Miami. So the Jets, a defensive head coach that has to win next year, he's gone. They just fired their offensive coordinator, meaning all those young Jet players in their second year have to learn a new offense. The Jets' ownership, always shaky, and the roster is the third best offensive roster in the division. It's not close to Miami or Buffalo. But the Miami Dolphins is literally perfect. You get the left tackle. He's great for protection. The two fastest wide receivers arguably in the league. A top tight end in Mike Gesicki. You have a coach in Mike McDaniels. Let's be honest. It's the Niners system. Tua was leading in Pro Bowl votes with it. Brock Purdy is rolling in this thing. Brock Purdy and Tua in this system are Pro Bowlers. Pro Bowl level quarterback. What do you think Derek Carr sees? Derek Carr's like, Tua? Brock Purdy? What's Derek Carr going to do with this? So I know everybody's fallen in love with the fit, but the game changer here is it's Derek Carr's call. It's his call. And because of that, the Raiders won't get as much in return as they want. Denver didn't, right? Like Seattle got some stuff, but a lot of people felt Seattle, franchise quarterbacks, what do they get? Ask yourself this. If Derek Carr says, I want to go to Miami, and he tells the Raiders, that's my place, and that's where I would go. Miami maybe doesn't have to give up as much. We'll see how that works out. Never quite sure about how that works out. But I know this, for all the people, some of these quarterbacks, not many, have no trade clauses. Very few. It's remarkable. Some guys take the money. Some guys will say less money, I want power. Derek Carr got the no trade clause, and that's going to be good for him. And I think Miami's perfect. Good God, Brock Purdy and Tua and Jimmy Garoppolo have sliced up this offense. I mean, let's not forget how good Tua was in September and October. I mean, brand new system. First game, first week. He was dropping dimes all over the field. So it's not a difficult system, apparently, to consume and regurgitate. I mean, Tua figured it out in 1 week. Brock Purdy was great first half. So this is not a system. It's quarterback elevating, but not quarterback centric. It makes the quarterback comfortable. So did not love the Jets firing their OC. Didn't love that. That's not very attractive. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm like, oh boy. Giving this guy one quick year, year and a half. How many years that guy get? 2 years? Moving on? You're blaming him for Zach Wilson? I don't know. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm watching Zach Wilson. I'm thinking, you're blaming the offensive coordinator for Zach Wilson? Maybe that's a GM owner fault. Maybe it's not the coordinator's fault. Coordinator can only do so much with what he's got. I don't know. What'll it look like to me? Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.